So recently I started playing the Dead Space games. That's something I've been aware of for a long time, and when I was in like high school, I didn't have like a good computer. I had like a 20 gigabyte hard drive, 256 megabytes of RAM kind of thing. So I was never like a huge gamer, but anyway, out of the blue, and thankfully I decided to play these games. Uh, it's not really the kind of game I play, like a scary puzzle solving Resident Evil type, but anyway, this robot though came out of nowhere. Like the first two games, there's no robot, you know, and all of a sudden here it is. This scavenger bot, which you can like this display here, the yellow one, you can use that to like find stuff manually. Like you carry the robot and use it like a screen, or you set it on the ground and it moves around. Which actually, I do have some gameplay footage where I'm just watching this thing running around. Hold on. Yeah. Like it's so cute. Oh my god. Like it has like character, you know. And I like the little light thing. I mean, that'll be a camera, but when it's not like scanning the environment or it already has a planned route, it'll just turn that light back on. That's bullshit. Drove through that ladder, but yeah, it's just so funny. Like I'm playing this game, I'm getting like ripped in half by this unkillable monster thing, and this guy's just roaming around looking for scrap. But look, it has like a little antenna that comes out. It's like beep beep beep. But yeah. What's interesting about this design, which it's hard to get a good look at it because you're stuck in this POV. I have to like put it on a second floor and climb a ladder or something to get a good shot of it if it drives by. There's no like, I don't think there's photo mode in this game either. But if you watch its legs, like they're legs and wheels, so that does make it a little more challenging to make. But and also those like pincers, I guess those would move. It actually would be blocking the camera, but yeah. So like, there's multiple servos in each arm, and then the back is just like there's like a ball joint here. Yeah, this right here. It's like a ball. So when I make it, it'll just be the two front ones pull it. It's a tail dragger kind of thing, and then the back wheel won't be powered. It'll just spin around that. But yeah, this is a hard. I mean, it's not really hard to make. Will it be hard is the painting. Like I've never done PLA painting before, so I read that you can use like a acrylic paintbrush thing. But anyway, I just wanted to talk about how you would go about building this. So it's like, let's see, this right here. Oh yeah, I can't draw on that. It's a little, I should have said fused when I brought it in thing. God, I have to go to freaking MS Paint. I'm sorry. Forgive me. So I'm pointing. Oh my god. I'm pointing. I'm pointing at. God. It's not thinking of. Hold on. That's what she said. Yeah, so that right there is a joint which it swings around like that. It's flat. Hopefully it's flat because I don't want to add another joint there. There's another joint right here, which is like, why? That could just be a solid piece right there. Not to watch the animation to see if that's like, what do you call it? Solid or bends. But there's another joint here. It's like a knee. That one just goes up and down. If you're looking at that thing sideways, it just does this. Okay, yeah, so this could be just three parts, or three servos, yeah. And then here, this will be an actual geared motor driving this wheel, which it'll be everything will be 3D printed on this robot. But yeah, what I decided to get, how was I gonna do this? I have this, yeah. Hold on, where is it? These motors here, like I've seen people use these before, and it's probably gonna be slow as hell. This looks like one of those super high reduction. I think it's 1:84 or something. I mean, yeah, maybe this will be too slow, but I have not built like a real-time computer vision 60 FPS visual navigation thing yet, you know, so it doesn't have to be fast. It's just programmable wheels. So yeah, this right here will power the wheels, and this right here is called a like H bridge. Oh my god, I keep trying to draw, but you can't. Which I haven't used these before either. I mean, I've done RC plane stuff, and you always had like a little speed controller, but that's not something you programmed. You know, it just worked. You plugged it in. So this will get connected to the Raspberry Pi, and it'll drive the stuff. And the Raspberry Pi is because of the camera system. Like it'll have computer vision, which the Pi is like not great at doing that. Usually you have like a Jetson or something, but because I've tried to do that stuff on a Pi Zero 2, and it was terrible, man. Like so slow. But that's the thing. It's just, you know, I want to build like the entire system. It won't be 100% to scale as far as like functionality goes, but it'll be like fun to make. So yeah, the other thing is I'm gonna get this hat here. You see this power supply, and that's what powers the servos. And then you command all the servos there, because there's gonna be a lot, and I'm gonna use a lot of pins on the Pi, and you know, you can drive servos directly from the Pi Zero signal wise using PIOD or something like that. But I'm gonna try that hat because there's gonna be so many servos. It's weird too, like this design is different than the actual game robot. It doesn't have that ball thing back here. But anyways, yeah, that let's see, 1, 2, 3, like that right there is 4 controlled things, you know, 3 servos and then the 1 drive motor. So you got 8 right there, and then the back also moves around. It will be like a swivel around this joint, but I think there will be like a servo or 2 that goes up and down. And that's not really a functionality thing. That's just copying how it works in the game. Because like that's the whole point, is the character. It's like a cat or something. It runs around. Yeah, and if you look at these pincer things, I guess they go in like that, and they also go up and down. It's like, damn. This thing goes up and down on its own, which is interesting. And then you gotta extend that shit, and then this antenna is like a folding thing. Oh yeah, this is the screen I was talking about, which I'm not gonna put a screen there, I'll just paint it. And then this right here will also not be to scale, because that's gonna be the Pi with the hat, and then a shit ton of wires coming out. All will be cleaned up. Then for the head, what I was thinking is, initially I was looking at this like, oh, that's a barrel of a camera, but no, if we want this, you know, green light and then the white projected light and a camera, which I'm probably gonna use a I think because of this thing's body and whatnot, I'll use like 70 millimeter. Is that what it's called? It's the V3 standard camera, not the wide angle one. Which kind of sucks. I'm gonna have to pull out the one I have with me right now and see like how wide it is, but stitching things sucks. And what I did want to do is like using that MJPEG server stream code, have it like pan and tilt while it's streaming the camera, and then it'll just stitch stuff together. That stuff is hard. Like, that's not something I've just done. A lot of these projects I never really get through the ML part, but or computer vision rather. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's not gonna be remote controlled. Like I'm not gonna program it that way. It will have, just because it's a Raspberry Pi, like a web interface. You could steer it like with a keyboard, but anyway, what I was thinking about with this thing is the camera will be there, and there'll be like basic LEDs, and I'll have one of those like super bright white LEDs for the flash, which is not really functional. It's just, you know, imitating how it works in the game. But yeah, like what it'll do is while it's taking pictures, you know, those LEDs won't be on. But then after it's done and it decided like the route to go, it'll just turn those lights back on and do its thing. Ideally, while it's moving, it would continuously scan the environment to make sure that there's like nothing in the way. Something doesn't just move in front of it, but I don't know. And it doesn't have a... I'll probably add one of those little distance sensors too, just as a basic sanity check. Like, is there something in front of me? It won't be the LiDAR one, it'll just be that huge one that's the Pololu or whatever, that's purple. But yeah, that one has like a huge view field. It's like 25 degrees if I remember right. But anyway, yeah, so I gotta buy all the parts, but, and also when you're designing this, everything starts from that gearbox. Like that's what's gonna determine the scale. Like this wheel here, it's gonna be like hollow, and I was initially thinking it would be geared like this, but I think it's already has so high like reduction, it would be super slow if I did that. And it's not needed, so I'm just gonna like directly connect the motor to the wheel, which actually that thing is so long that won't work. I did buy another kind of motor, geared motor. It's these yellow ones, and then like a thing sticks out. I could use that one, and unfortunately it sticks out on both sides, but I could either like cut this off or just let it hang. Like it'll be inside the wheel. You know, say it's like, this is how big it is. This is one of these will actually be connected to the wheel. But that wouldn't work, would it? Because like, how does it fit inside the wheel if it's like that, you know? I'm gonna have to think about this. Maybe the leg is like, I don't know, the wheel is like here. It's attached, and the motor is like over here somewhere, and then say like you got two gears that are 1-to-1 ratio. That's how it's actually connected, you know. That'll be interesting. I gotta look into that. But as I order the parts, I'll start you know, actually modeling this in 3D and getting dimensions. I'll print everything in a gray. That'll be what I print, or start off as like a base color. Yeah, this will be fun though. Yeah, I haven't built anything in a while, and I just saw this thing. I was like, so cool. Let's look at some of that footage. Look at it. Yeah. It's so funny. This is a horror game, like a bunch of dead people and everything, and I'm just looking at this robot. Look at it go. I like that. The little light looks around the head. Ah, that's another servo right there. I forgot. Yeah, the entire head unit moves. Damn. Okay. This tail is like so complicated though. It's like super long. It actually would be unstable, I would think. Like it would be top heavy and prone to tipping over, but you know, it's gonna be just plastic, but yeah. I also use 2 Li-ion batteries like in series, so it'll have 7.2 volts or whatever. That way the servos are faster. My quad robot that I built, insect quad, it was single cell and it's pretty slow. Also, there's like higher current draw, but it's how I envisioned it. You know, I wanted it to be a single cell. Yeah, that's what I'll be working on. It's gonna take time because I gotta buy the parts, and then. But I do have like 10 days off in December, so it'll be sick. I'll just have to buy all the parts. Yeah.